to apply for the position and how we're going to have them apply and what we're looking for. So I had sent everybody a kind of, in my head, let's look at this and see what we might need. So I'm open for suggestions. I mean, I would think, like I had just said a few minutes ago, a letter saying why I want to be on this council, a resume, what you've done, give us your background, and, do we want references or not?
I think references is a good idea.
Yeah, I do too.
I think since we had to get signatures and everything,
The references
could take the place of that.
Okay.
Not that they have to have 10 references.
No, say, how many references?
Three.
Three?
I think three's a good number.
Three's a good number. I know that one of the things that I was thinking about was how they were going to apply, because we don't have a website up yet. So the only thing we could do right now would be have them actually snail mail it to the post office box. That's the only way I can doing it.
And we have the P.O. box.
Yes.
And John, do you check that P.O. box pretty regularly?
Oh, every 3 or 4 days at this point, because there's not anything outside of somebody else's catalogs.
All right. So once we do this, put this out there though, you'll probably need to check it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that, and I'll be back and forth to the bank too, because we.
Right. We need a cutoff date too.
Yeah, we need a contract. So here was my thinking on that part of it. Would be, okay, this is the Christmas holidays. Everybody's tied up and doing that. Okay. Give you the Christmas holidays to think about it. Okay. And maybe have January 15th.
I think that's a good date.
January 15th as a deadline to apply.
When we were looking at the having to mail it, I'm just asking, like, legally, can we require them to have to mail it, like pay money to run for a position? I
understand that, but that's the only way. We don't have, with no website, you can't upload it.
Well, let's face it, in the past, that's the way everything was done.
Everything was, yeah.
And our meeting is January 16th. Could we have them like the last day to be like, bring it if they come to the meeting?
I'm looking for suggestions.
I'm gonna deliver mine to you.
Yeah, I think
The only thing is, if you deliver them to me or I don't have a timestamp. I can write on there what day it was received, but it's.
That's true.
If you've got it postmarked,
I think the 15th is that's a typical, that's the end of the.
You have an idea who
first
you're
or
going to
15th
select from
days.
on that by that time at the next meeting then.
Yeah.
Even if you give it a day or two to clear through the mail, because I know Hot Springs mail has to go to Little Rock to get dinged and then come back here. So January 15th.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I was just wanting to make sure that that wasn't an issue.
No, because when used to you had to mail an application to do anything, or you had to mail a bill if there wasn't the internet. So we're not at
I
that
think
point.
a letter of application, resume, 3 references. That's pretty standard.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I was trying to keep it just like a job. You're applying for a job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the next thing is, we don't have a website yet. We don't have a Facebook page. So how do we want to get this out there to folks to say, apply?
I think if we discuss it in the meeting, then if they're interested, they're watching the meetings or they're coming to the meetings.
Okay.
And if we post it on the Facebook page, then we've got or on the property owners.
The owner's page.
I think we should post it on every Facebook page that we have.
Everything available, probably.
Okay.
Stop Omni, Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, what do y'all think about, you think we could get the POA office to send it out in their blast?
We can try.
We try.
It's worth a try.
Mm-hmm.
Because that goes to, some people that aren't on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
do receive that
Yeah.
and know about it.
Do you think we'd be allowed to post it at the tea time?
Oh, yeah.
We can ask. I
We
mean,
can-
If they would let us post
They,
it.
they've been very, very open to that, to us posting things when I've asked. They've always asked, give me 3 or 4, we'll put them all around, so.
So if we mention it, it's posted online somewhere. It's posted where, within the city limits where people can see it.
And we can post it here on that bulletin board,
Yeah.
whatever.
So do we wanna do kinda like, do you wanna build, I mean, for us, it's kinda like you're a builder, you're building stuff.
Mhm.
You wanna build a building block, right? When you be a building, you wanna help develop policy.
You want me to kind of come up with some wording and
If you don't mind.
load it by you guys and then,
That
see
would
what you
work,
think.
I mean, that's never been my,
yeah, I've done a lot of this, so I think I can.
okay.
And y'all can please, if you think other things need to be added, let me know.
Yeah, cause like I said, this was just stuff coming on top of my head of, okay, well, maybe
And
this.
this is our PO box.
Yes, that's all,
Okay,
that's all
correct.
the correct. Do I have the zip code right, 71903?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That designates the post office boxes is what they told me there.
Okay. Thank you, Melanie. So can anybody think of anything else that we would need, what we wanna look for? Any suggestions?
For the individual.
Well, I mean, we had some people say that they knew of people that wanted to apply for the position. So,
Do we need to come up with a rubric for if are we gonna interview them or just look at the stuff
we
or?
were thinking about, what, we talked about interviewing them unofficially. I mean, we had kind of thrown that back and forth about different things.
I think maybe we'll want to do that if there are two that we can't really agree on, that we think that are both equally good, and then we might decide we want to interview. And then I do think a rubric would be a good idea for the questions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's just hope we have that problem.
Yeah.
Well, if there's 2 people interested, then.
Yeah.
Educators.
Yeah.
The rubric and the.
I'd be like, what's a rubric?
Never heard that word.
I've used them, I've never had to develop it. It was something that everybody else always did, I just, it's been.
AI does a really good job developing rubrics
Who
right now.
does?
Artificial intelligence.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
yeah, I bet.
I bet it does. So, I was like, okay, I can deal with that, so. Anything else we need to discuss about this? I think we just need to get the wording and,
Yeah, I'm gonna word this and I don't have nothing on my schedule tomorrow, so I'll word it, send it out to everybody
Okay.
on our group meet and just look at it and feel free to add or subtract.
anybody have anything else?
I'll say with the group me stuff, I'm sorry, I'm not like responding to a whole lot, but my job goes on until Friday of next week. And then I'll have a good amount of free time. And then it doesn't pick back up till, second week of January.
Just know to look for this particular one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you can approve it.
And you're taking notes on this meeting, right? Okay, and I have the voice recording here if you want to get to it later, so.
Thank you very much. So, anything else?
Is there any certain thing that we're looking for that we need on the board? Is there a specific thing that we're missing?
Anybody with accounting background would sure be welcome as far as I'm concerned.
You need some, and everybody has their strengths and their
Right.
weaknesses.
I
I
know,
was a builder block.
yeah. I know the guy that knows the whole infrastructure of this place. Everything, he's been here for a while. He still does maintenance here. He's not an accountant.
Well, I'm just saying that is something that would be a plus, but, not necessarily a disqualifier or qualifier.
We need to look at all of the applicants and
Make a decision on, cause you have to look at the whole broad base of
Right.
everything in the
I
whole.
just didn't know if we had some specific thing we need.
I think that'll come out of the resumes. When we look at those resumes, all of a sudden we'll go, oh, well, we really could use that.
Because you never know, I mean, yeah, I'm sure anybody that's done interviews from like in higher education or wherever your business is, you start going through resumes and you can tell by sometimes of what they've done in the past, of if they're gonna fit in your position or not, depending on their background and what they've done and what you want to have to do with your job. So it just depends. So, anything else? Do y'all have any questions? Okay, well, I'm gonna close this meeting then. Go have a second.
Second.
Thank you. So we're adjourned. Thank you.
Sure. I will shut the recorder off.